bizarre and wonderful. So this video, I had a few dreams last night, and I'll share you what I dreamed about. It's been a while since I made a video like this, so before we begin, this is Akshan. He is sneaky and he loves to hide. So in this video, he is going to hide, and at one point he's gonna swing around and pop in. If you happen to find him, comment down below the timestamp. So, there are 3 separate little dreams that I remember last night, and this is the first one. In the first one, I went outside into my driveway, and my driveway is a little big. It's the span of my whole house, minus the porch. So outside I go down a porch, and the driveway has the width of around 2 cars, give or take a few more meters. And so I went outside to my driveway, and I went on the left side of the driveway relative to the house. So I go outside and go to the far left of the driveway, and it had a fence on the left side, and I just stood there. And it was around 5 p.m. So since it was around 5 p.m. ish, there's no exact time, by the way, in the afternoon, the sun was slowly starting to set. So it was in the west, around in the west, and it was pretty normal until I looked up close to the sun. There was a big moon. It was big and it was transparent. You know, you could see the moon in the sky during the day. I seen a moon that is like 4 times as big, and I was surprised. Why is there a moon that is really, really big? It's like as if it was closer to Earth. By the way, I recently watched a YouTube video where there was a moon crashing Earth. It was a simulated animation that what if the moon crashed to Earth, collided with Earth? I think this dream kinda was a recap of that, but the moon that I saw in my dream was around like 4 times closer. It was not very big, but it was bigger than what you would normally see. And at one point, the moon turned into a shooting star, where the moon just falls out of nowhere. And I was scared. It did not make any noise. It just stood there, and then it fell. And then nothing else happened. And it just disappeared after it fell. It didn't even touch the horizon. So like it fell and it went close to the horizon, and then it disappeared. And so that was the first dream. So on to the second dream that I had last night. Okay, are you ready? It was during the evening in the same town that I live in. I decided to go for a walk at 4 p.m. And so it was weird because in the dream setting, my parents would come home at 6, and which means that I must be home by 6 to eat supper. I had my own time, and it was not strictly enforced. And I was kinda a teenager at that time in my dream. I went back to like 16 years old, 17 years old. Myself at 16 years old in my dream. So I went out at 4 p.m. and it was, I think, during the fall. I don't remember the seasons, but at the same time, I would guess that it is during the fall because the sun was starting to set around 4 p.m. around there. So I decided to walk and get a slushie, and it was a slush, but I don't remember the flavor. The slush was not very important. What it is important is that I just started to wander by myself, walking around my town, and at some point, I came across a gray building. I did not remember what it looked. It was like a school, but it was gray in color. It had no other color besides gray, and it was shiny, and it had windows that are black and shiny, as if I am going to a factory-like colored building that is gray, but also school. And so I decided to walk into that building and navigate through this building. And I just twisted my way around the hallways, and that was a blurry part of the dream. That dream and that part I did not remember until I came across this massive room. It's like a playroom in that school, and it had like teenagers and adults hanging around at that place. And so that room had many toys, and including rope, skipping rope, balls, and a bed. For some reason it had a bed, as if it was like a bedroom, but twice as big and much more spacious, and the floor was wooden as well. So I came to that room, and there were some people there, and I asked them, "Oh, can I play with you?" Guys and girls. There was a few girls and not too many guys. And there was one girl that I met and said, "Yes, sure, let's play skipping rope." And I agreed to play skipping rope. So me and her, I don't know her name, actually. These were complete strangers, by the way, so I never asked them any of their names. So I happened to play skipping rope with her, and at one point I got tangled in the rope. And by the way, what happened to her is I tried to ask her for help, and then she tried to help, but it made the rope situation worse. So I got pretty much tangled with the rope, with a skipping rope. And right now, at that time, at that moment, I would say, I said that I was thinking that oh my gosh, I know I have to be home by around 6 because my parents are coming home, and I really wanted to stay and hang out, but time was running out and the sun was setting. So at that point, I was really, really worried, or else I'll violate my so-called curfew in my dream. And darn, I was starting to argue with my so-called classmates, I would say, or strangers that I've seen in the room, and they started to fight, and they became bullies. They started to laugh at me and call me names, and that room became hostile. Like, it used to be friendly, but now it turned into a room of bullies. So essentially it got bullied. So I just left the place. And leave that thing into the past and move on. And that's to the extent I can remember in that part in that dream. So that was the second dream that I really recalled. Okay, so the third dream, it was taking place in my room, the exact room that I am in right now. See, if you have not known, at the foot of my bed is a window, and towards my left is a space. To the left of my window is my computer, and to the right of me is the wall. So the bed was leaning against the wall, and if I lay down on my back, I could see the window straight ahead of me. So I woke up into a cold breeze. was the window. The window looked different. It had an AC, but in that dream, I realized that the AC was gone and that the window looked torn apart as if a hurricane took place and it had removed some of the wood. It had destroyed some of the supports of my window. So, and I realized that the AC was gone, and what could that happen? So I got up, looked outside the window, and oh boy, the AC was laying on the ground in pieces. So it was literally forced out of the window on into my backyard, and it was in shambles. It was there in a block and had pieces scattered around in debris. So that's what I've noticed, and my first instinct was, oh my gosh, I want to tell my parents. So I got out and told my parents, oh no, something has took away. Someone has something has shoved the AC out of the window and broke it as if a hurricane happened. I told them in panic, said, oh no, my AC is gone. It's blown away. And then they said, oh no, we have to change it. We have to buy a new one and repair the window. And it's going to take a lot of time. And so I got freaked out, and that's where that dream ends. Unfortunately, because I don't remember anything else after that. So, this was a dream video where I told you what I recall in my dreams, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you got your tingles. If you have done it, if you felt some tingles, ASMR tingles, a like would be appreciated. And comment down below if you have found auction. Comment down below the timestamp. Don't forget, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I make coding ASMR videos, as well as other ASMR fight videos like this one. And also, if you really want more videos where I recall what I dreamed, please comment down below.